All right, hello, my name is Shelly and I'm the creator of this channel. Welcome to my reading today. We are going to jump right in to the very first reading ever on this channel, and this reading is titled A New Skin. This message has been coming through since I woke up this morning that many of you are being called to wear a new skin. Now, is this a physical skin, a spiritual skin, an emotional skin? I think it's all of the above. I feel if this reading is for you, you are somebody who feels that you no longer resonate with many of the things that are an expression of you in your world. So perhaps you feel like you want to dress differently. You feel like you want to look different. You feel like you want to show up different in your world, in your relationships, in your work, in your service. This new skin is something very deeply spiritual, but it may be something that is also very physical in the 3D practical world. I feel like many of you are tired of watching those that you look up to. You're tired of watching others who look good, feel good. You want to feel that way too. You are tired of your body feeling heavy, feeling dense, feeling sluggish. You are tired of your expression feeling scattered and mismatched. There's something that you're feeling the call to step into and to walk into and to be a part of your life in your everyday world. So if you're watching this and this message is for you, please listen carefully and be open to receiving whatever is useful for you. Whatever comes through in this message, not all of it may be useful for you. And when something comes out of my mouth that doesn't fit you and your personal story, just let it go and know that it will resonate for someone, okay? So whenever there's a collective reading, even for me, when I'm listening to it, I'll be like, yes, yes, no. And anytime there's something that's no, I let it go to the side without judgment. I'm not judging the reader. I'm not judging the message, just letting it go and focusing on what is for me. So Spirit, tell me about this new skin for the collective. What do we need to know about this? The Valley of Detachment. Yes. So in order to wear a new skin, we have to let go of the old skin. And most of the time, whatever we are wearing, doing, working in, we've put a lot of time and effort into that. So it can be very challenging to let go of an identity and step into a new identity. This valley of detachment is saying that in order for new to come in, we have to let go of our emotional attachment to the old. There are things, there are people, they are nostalgia. There's so many things that can come in and attach us to an old identity. So in order to recreate ourselves in whatever way that looks like, and when I say recreate, Spirit wants me to remind you that this isn't about changing the core of who you are. A new skin is about how the core of who you are translates out from your essence and into the world. So we're not trying to scrap who we are. We're just letting it come out in a new way. So this means being detached, and being detached from not only what we're letting go of, but also of what other people are going to think of what we're stepping into, what we're allowing to come through. If this is your message, you are so ready to release others' opinions, thoughts, judgments. You're also ready to realize that your own attachment to what you think others may think, feel, perceive is really none of your business. And you're ready to do this. You're ready to let go. You're ready to stop living your life based on what you think others will approve of or disapprove of. Detachment means that we're in the moment, and that whatever is around us and surrounding us, we're not going to let dictate or become a part of how we make our decisions, because we are neutral. We are neutral, we're standing neutral, and we're listening to spirit, we're listening to guidance, and we're not worried about other people. And we understand at this point, when I say at this point, it's likely you're very advanced in your learning and your seeking, that other people are on their own journeys. So that valley of detachment is asking us to go even deeper into this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pelicans flying out my window. Beautiful. The valley of love. This is amazing. So this valley of detachment and valley of love, it's telling us that we need to go into these things, right? Not just that we understand these concepts on a mental, intellectual level, but that we go deep into detachment. We go deep into love. And that love that I'm feeling, or how it's coming through, is that this love is a very personal love. It's the love for ourselves is going to allow us to do the things that we need to do to be an embodiment of the skin that we desire to be, right? So this means that any habits that we're going to change, any type of style changes, or whatever it is we feel called to do, we're doing it from a place of love. We're not doing it from a place of competition, a place of proving, but we're doing it from that place that this feels right. I know this is right, and I'm doing this not because I need a certain outcome. I'm doing this because I know in my heart, from this kind, beautiful place, that this is right. So it's not about competing with anyone. It is really about expressing the divinity inside of you. If this is your message, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. Healing. You have done so much healing. You have done so much healing, but the healing is still happening. And this new skin is the ultimate reflection of the healing that you've done. So oftentimes we'll do all this work and all this healing work, but we stay attached to an old identity, an old way of being. We don't let ourselves fully become reborn. This time, the healing that we've done is not just about doing it internally and hanging on to it. It's about allowing that healing to be translated out into our physical vessel and out into the world in our service and in our expression and in our habits of what, again, for a lot of us, this is habits. This is about our physical vessel being clear, being clean, being expansive, right? This new skin is a result of new habits. It's a result of new colors. I keep getting like colors, shapes, textures being brought into our world, right? So it's not an instantaneous thing. It's something that happens and is a cause and effect of the choices that we're making and the things that we're doing in our life. Spirit, one more from this deck, please. The Valley of Knowledge. How beautiful is this? So the Valley of Knowledge, we're tapping into something that is very vast, and it's important to know at this stage of the journey of the human race, we have infinite knowledge available to us. The knowledge is there, it's accessible, but the choice is ours if we're going to utilize it and if we're going to integrate that knowledge and be committed to taking wisdom that's useful for us and grounding it into our reality. I'm also really getting with this card that we need to be mindful of whose knowledge are we taking in? Who are the voices, the teachers, the leaders? Whose voices do we hear that we've allowed their truth to become our truth? It's important to understand the valley of knowledge for every person is very individual. All teachers have a thread of truth, have a thread of integrity, and yet also are very limited in their teachings. So I feel for a lot of you, it's really being careful that your path isn't fully invested in another person's or another teacher's ways. You are on your journey. The soul is so vast and so massive that your soul, my soul, another soul, right? And we look at the souls of teachers, they're so intricate. And just because a teacher may have more knowledge or awareness, their soul isn't more vast than another's. I hope this makes sense. It's important to understand that your soul blueprint, I don't usually use that word, but your soul essence holds the keys for your journey, not another's. So my soul doesn't hold the answers for your soul and any teacher. So be very mindful of who are your teachers and how much weight do you give them. As somebody who teaches, I never want to be put on a pedestal. I never want to be having students be like, oh, Shelley's teachings are the way and they're right, because they're not, right? They're my way of doing things. And there's some that probably are right or correct, but there's also some that are completely not relevant for certain people. So a good teacher should be telling you that their path is not your path, and that you should be very open to getting your own information. I hope that resonates for you, because it's really, really, really important. The Valley of Bewilderment. So as I'm talking about that, and then we have the Valley of Bewilderment coming up, some of you may feel really confused because there's so much around you and there's so much knowledge available, and there's just so much, right? That it can be overwhelming in a good way and in a bad way sometimes. The Valley of Bewilderment to me is, well, it's telling me that you need to know thyself so that you don't get distracted along the way and along the path by everything that you see that's amusing, that's beautiful, that's captivating, right? It's like the words keep coming through from Spirit. Hang on to thyself. One more from this deck. I know I said that before, but multiplicity. The more that you hang on to your truth, and the more that you're able to focus on your soul path, the more you're going to be able to create in your world. You're going to be able to produce tangible results. You're going to be able to essentially take what is divine for you and put it out into the world for it to grow and multiply. Okay, thank you, Spirit. We're going to go into the tarot now. And boy, do I love the tarot. Here we go. Right off the bat, the Emperor. You are the emperor of your world. This new skin is about stepping into your inner emperor. And what I'm getting from this inner emperor is the part of you that is solid, that is stable, the part of you that will defend yourself when needed, but also the part of you that isn't seeking from everywhere external. The emperor knows who he is, and he holds who he is. So Spirit is saying that you too, as you are letting this new skin come forward, are standing in your power and your knowing of who and what you are. The Knight of Swords, cutting through the drama, cutting through the lies, the deceit, the distractions, the mind games. Again, this is not just about your external world, but internally, whatever's holding you back, right? And again, right now, as I'm doing this, I'm seeing eating habits, cutting them out, cutting through them. I'm seeing overspending, indulgence. I'm seeing, you know, all these kind of distractions. And this Knight of Sword energy is coming through to just cut them out, because we know what the truth is. We know what's really aligned to us, but we have to be careful. The Two of Pentacles. We have to be careful, and we have to make a choice. The Two of Pentacles asks us that we have to make a choice between what's comfortable, what's familiar, and what's right. There's always the easy path. We can always rationalize to stay in whatever it is we're in, right? But we're being called to make a choice here that, yes, maybe this makes sense on paper, but I'm being called to this. And if this is your message, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you feel confused when you're looking at this or thinking about this, this isn't your message, okay? It's very clear that whoever this message is meant for, you have a choice, and you know that you have this choice. You're battling with this choice of, do I stay here, or do I actually reach for what's calling me? Do I make excuses and just stick here, or do I take the risk to do what I'm supposed to do, right? I've seen so many people get so close to the right path. They take the risk, they get going on this new path, and they backtrack to the old. They backtrack to the old because they're scared, and the new path takes real work. This is the thing. I have a goose that's landing in our pond right now, so maybe the goose is significant. But they retract back because whatever they're going back to makes more sense. They're like, oh yes, this makes sense and I should be here. It's really sad to see, because it's like the divine gives them the path, they decide to step on it, and then they backtrack, right? So you're being called to make that choice for yourself and to understand, and I'm sharing this, Spirit is sharing this through me, that the old path is going to call you back because it's easier and it's already established. When you make a choice to go in a new direction, it's hard for a while. It takes time, it takes commitment, and you have to stick to it in order to get the results. So the devil's ace is going to come and tell you, no, come back here. And that's up to you. If you want to do that, you can, but you will not develop this new skin, this divine skin, this aligned skin. So 2 cards fell out while I was talking there. The Knight of Wands and the Fool. The Knight of Wands and the Fool. I think that these cards just fit what I was talking about. The Fool energy is entering into that new path without really being too worried of consequence of what other people are going to think, right? The Knight of Wands is literally the energy that is holding you, guiding you, nurturing you as you create this new path. The star on the bottom. The path that is truly aligned to your soul, okay? So what I'm getting from this message, to sum it up, I don't want to take it on too much, is that you are being called to wear a new skin. And I know that sounds whatever it sounds like, but you are meant to show up in your world different. You are meant to make new choices in your daily life that are different. And it's not going to be easy. There's a choice. You have a choice between an old world and a new world, and you're going to have to make that. No one can make that for you. There's the 8 of Wands on the bottom of this deck. Okay, so that burst is there for you. The 8 of Wands is like a rush of energy helping you. So whatever you choose, whether you choose the new skin or the old skin, you have energy backing you up. So what I get from that is that if you choose the old, you're going to continue to go down that path and in that frequency with full force. If you choose the new, you're going to go down that path with full force. So thank you so much for watching this video. If this video and this message resonated with you, please like the video. Comment what was the part of the message that stuck out the most for you. What is the choice that you're making, that you're stepping into? And subscribe to the channel to help it grow and help me deliver these messages. There's a beautiful green spider that is climbing up onto the phone as I'm recording here and ending this. So thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.